weight. Here's why the heaviness of an electric car is not trivial.
The negative impacts of EVs are increasing day by day. EVs were once considered an automobile revolution. They were indeed a great solution for the environmental problems that shook the world, especially the greenhouse gas emissions caused by petrol and diesel vehicles. Unlike conventional gasoline, electric vehicles were considered to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Recent criticism of EVs proposes the opposite. EVs may not be a solution for the ongoing climate crisis, rather it may add more fire to it. Are EVs a boon or a bane? In spite of the devastating effects of global warming, EVs have become so popular in the Western market. The US is supposed to be the biggest market for EVs, with the backing of government incentives. We now follow China, which is also a big name in the EV market. The proliferation of electric vehicles has intensified in the last 10 years, as more brands continue to enter the space. But are they really successful? That could be a discussion. Even the giants in the field like Tesla, BYD, etc. are choking on the ongoing EV crisis. The negative features of EVs that have been popping up recently, along with the overprice, are the major reasons for the EV setback. The list of EVs' drawbacks seems too long, starting with their environmental impact. Even though EVs rely on electricity as the main source of energy, they're often generated from fossil fuels and use rare earth metals, mined in environmentally harmful ways. Another important drawback is the lack of infrastructure. The popularity of EVs worldwide is so high, but no one talks about the associated infrastructure to support them. Despite the incentives provided by the Biden government, finding a charging station is still an arduous task for customers. This has a huge impact on people's preference for gasoline vehicles over electric vehicles. Recently, concrete e-roads have been discussed, often in the media. Concrete e-roads make it possible for an electric vehicle to be charged inductively via a wireless method using magnetic coils placed on the road's surface. These coils induce an electric charge to magnetic coils fitted on a vehicle, charging the battery of the vehicle. The success of such a system is yet to be assessed. Batteries that just can't handle the cold are yet another nightmare for customers. Lithium-ion batteries are often susceptible to cold weather, which becomes particularly significant in temperate regions like Europe and the US, where temperatures vary seasonally. EVs are becoming greatly expensive to insure, with premiums potentially reaching $6,000 annually, which is extremely high compared to other vehicles. Maintenance costs tend to be as high as $50,000, which makes people think that it's better to buy a gas car than just repair their EVs. The last one on the list is the recent incidents of thermal runaway. Thermal runaway is causing EVs to catch fire while charging, and over 100 deaths have already occurred in the US. Despite the severe problems discussed above, recent reports are suggesting yet another grave drawback for EVs. The Telegraph report says, analysis has shown that electric cars damage roads twice as much as their petrol equivalents. As the pothole crisis grows on Britain's roads, an analysis by the Telegraph has found that electric vehicles cause more than double the wear on road surfaces than petrol ones. This can have a great impact on the whole infrastructure by causing more potholes. This will significantly affect the economy and transportation system of Western countries. Now, what's the scientific explanation behind this? The first and foremost reason for such an impact is the weight of the EVs. The average electric vehicle has more stress on roads than its petrol equivalent. This is estimated to be 2.24 times more than petrol and 1.95 more than diesel because of its weight. Larger electric vehicles weighing over 2,000 kilograms, which is around 2 tons, cause the most damage. With twice the wear applied to roads, such stress on roads causes severe movement of asphalt road surface, which will eventually create small cracks. If they're not fixed on time, then they can expand on their own and eventually develop into potholes. As potholes increase, the safety of travellers is affected. Now, what's the basis of the Telegraph's report? The Telegraph used analysis led by the students and faculties of the University of Leeds, England. They assessed the weights of 15 popular electric car models along with their petrol equivalents. The method of analysis was different. They divided the models by size, including small electric cars, weighing over 1,000 kilograms, which included BMW's Mini Cooper along with Peugeot E208, 1,500 weighted medium vehicles, like the Ford Focus Electric and Vauxhall Corsa E, and large vehicles, namely the Audi e-tron 50 Quattro and Jaguar I-Pace EV. They concluded that the electric vehicles were on average 312 kilograms heavier than their petrol versions. The reason was that they must carry heavy batteries, which can weigh up to 500 kilograms for better performance. They analysed the road damage using the fourth power formula method, which highway engineers and researchers use to assess the impacts of heavy vehicles. Another research from Scotland also backed this criticism. A group of researchers from the University of Edinburgh in Scotland found that electric lorries could increase the damage to roads in Scotland by almost 3 times. The impacts are evident now. It seems that the UK is suffering from a severe pothole crisis. What concerns the government is that an estimated £12 billion is necessary to repair those potholes. The motorways can withstand these heavy EVs as they're constructed to withstand such heavy loads. But residential and rural roads cannot support this weight. Heavy electric cars could exacerbate the problem on those roads. Concrete roads offer a stronger road surface that offers greater long-term performance with minimum maintenance requirements than asphalt. Furthermore, concrete roads offer a charging solution that can overcome the lack of charging points, said Joe Quirk, BritPave chairman. The number of electric cars driven has increased to 900,000 in 2019, ahead of the Biden government's ban on the sales of new petrol and diesel cars as part of the US's electrification and net zero drive. This increased number of EVs will exponentially increase the wear and tear on the US's roads. But which roads will be impacted the most? The roads where fewer HGVs and buses were used could have a greater impact. The proportion of large vehicles has to be balanced to reduce the negative effects on the road. It seems that the road damages caused by the EVs are inevitable, and so is the additional cost for their repair. The consumers have 2 options: they can either pay the tax for the frequent road repairs, or they may choose to return to petrol vehicles, leaving nature to pay the price. But who loses then? The same people. What do you think? Should the customers pay an additional tax over the already overpriced EVs in the market? Do let us know in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe for more automotive news that sprouts in the industry. Now keep the buzz going on in the comments until we meet again.